If you had the chance to watch Mikel Arteta as a player, question for you: is he better right now as a manager than he was a player, or was he a better player than he is a manager? Let us know in the comment section. Right now, we've gotten used to seeing Mikel animated on the touchline, but before he delved into coaching, he was actually a professional footballer for 18 years, and that is what we are going to focus on today. So, how good was Mikel Arteta as a player? Arteta was born in San Sebastian in the Basque Country in 1982 and was best friends with a certain Xabi Alonso from a very young age. They often played together along the beaches, and both their dream was to become professional footballers and play for Real Sociedad. Safe to say, both their dreams actually came true. So if you're watching this and you have a dream, don't give up. They both went their separate ways as Alonso eventually signed for Sociedad, but Arteta had to move to Barcelona's B side. This isn't the last time you'll hear about Xabi Alonso in this video. Despite Arteta's potential, he failed to break into Barcelona's first team, but it wasn't all doom and gloom, as this was the first time Mikel Arteta came across Pep Guardiola. Pep being a Barcelona first team player and Arteta playing for the B side, the first time they got to meet each other. Arteta was loaned out to PSG in December of 2000, joining in the same window as a certain Mauricio Pochettino. That PSG team also had the likes of JJ Okocha, Nicolas Anelka, Gabriel Heinze, and Ronaldinho. I mean, some really big names. Arteta was used as a playmaker and made 53 appearances in his 1.5 seasons in France. PSG tried to make his move permanent, but he was signed by Rangers after they made a more impressive financial offer to Barcelona. That was 2002. Right now, you'd have to combine a million millionaires to outbid PSG in the transfer market, but this was a reality back in 2002. Arteta signed for Rangers for £6 million and quickly established himself. He scored on his Old Firm derby debut against Celtic and, more importantly, converted a penalty on the final day of the season, which won Rangers the title by a goal difference of 1. Rangers also won the Scottish Cup and the Scottish League Cup that campaign. He played 68 games in his 2 seasons in Scotland before moving back to Spain. He credited his spell at Rangers as helping him develop as a player. Here is what he had to say. Scottish football was tough, really tough. It was really physical. People got at you and I had to improve on that a lot. Back to Spain we go. Now, Xabi Alonso's dream of playing for Real Sociedad had already come true, and this was Mikel Arteta's opportunity to fulfill the same. Real Sociedad signed him for €5.2 million. The plan? To reunite him with his childhood friend Xabi Alonso. It didn't work out though, as Alonso ended up moving to Liverpool. I don't think you can blame him though, as during his first season in Anfield, he ended up winning the Champions League. But this seems to have heartbroken Mikel Arteta, as he only managed 15 games for Sociedad. Funny enough, Arteta moved on to Liverpool's rivals, Everton. It's almost as if Mikel Arteta wanted to prove a point. Like, who the hell do you think you are moving to Liverpool? You know what? I'll move to their biggest rivals to show you a point. And they definitely got into some battles during their time in Merseyside. Arteta won the Everton Player of the Season awards in his 2 first full seasons, and also the Midfielder of the Year award ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. Injuries were always a factor during his 7 years in Merseyside, as he only played 30+ games once. Finally, it was time to move to London. Right after Arsenal lost 8-2 to Man United. I mean, I thought you'd have already forgotten about this game by now, but it always seems to be coming up in these conversations. But anyway, Arsene Wenger signed Andre Santos, Park Chu-young, Mertesacker, Benayoun and Mikel Arteta after that match. He often played in a midfield too, either alongside Aaron Ramsey, Jack Wilshere, sometimes Flamini and sometimes Cazorla. It just depended on who Arsene Wenger preferred. He became Arsenal's vice-captain and first-choice penalty taker after the departure of Robin van Persie. He was the captain that led Arsenal to that FA Cup win against Hull City in 2014, and he was quite consistent between 2012 and 2014, missing only a few games. During his time as a player, he was always a leader, and many of his teammates expected him to end up as a coach one day. In terms of positioning and ability, the Spaniard started off as a number 10, but later on moved to the pivot role. He was always involved in the goals for Rangers, Everton and Arsenal. He was technically gifted, skilled, his vision was second to none, and he was very intelligent across the field. He was no stranger to getting booked and sent off, but then again, back in 2006 and 2007, he was the most fouled player in the league. During his time as a professional, he made 539 appearances, scoring 74 goals and assisting well over 50 times. Now, his Spanish career wasn't the same at all. His international career was pretty much non-existent. This might come as a surprise to you, but he actually made 0 appearances for the Spanish side. 0. I don't think you can blame him, as during this period, Spain's team was fully packed. I mean, Xavi, Iniesta, Cesc Fabregas, and remember his childhood friend, Xabi Alonso? He was one of those players who kept him out of the team as well. Busquets, I mean, we can go on and on and on. In fact, England tried to get him to play for them in 2010, but FIFA denied this request from Fabio Capello. The closest he came to making an appearance for Spain was in 2009, but he picked up a cruciate knee ligament injury and never made it. And after that, obviously, Spain went on to win the World Cup and another Euros title. And I'd say I don't think they really missed him, so it was an unfortunate period for Mikel Arteta. Obviously, it's still very early into Mikel Arteta's coaching career, but he still managed to achieve a lot. As an assistant manager for Pep Guardiola, he won several trophies, and for Arsenal, he's already picked up the FA Cup and Community Shield. So we have to wait and see how he develops as a manager, but that is a story for another day. We were obviously just focusing on Mikel Arteta's career as a player, so let us know in the comment section what you made of his playing career. Earlier on, I mentioned Mikel Arteta was appointed vice-captain, but if you're wondering who was actually the captain during this period, it was Thomas Vermaelen. So if you want to check out Vermaelen's player profile, click on the video on screen and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.